Blog Talk Radio.
Here at ACIR Radio, American Communications Online, or any affiliated stations or websites are not responsible for what guest hosts or call-ins may say. All programming is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only.
Hello, world. This is TJ Morris, ET Radio, ACR Radio, and American Communications Online. We're just finishing up work on our videos. We do American Communications Online broadcasting. If you're interested, let us know. We would love to help you get your broadcasting and getting all your videos and things up to help get you a great branding done for you and your new life at home. We're helping all you entrepreneurs out there, and I'm really excited because I haven't had a chance to talk to a lot of people that are calling me, and I apologize. So I'm just hoping that God's out there because I believe in God. So, Lord God, Jesus Christ, have mercy on me, a sinner, please, because I need help. All right. I don't know what's going on today, but I'm going to hope and pray that I am a manifest person that is manifesting, because a lady once called me and said, "Are you a psychic?" And I was very fortunate that somebody else in cyberspace and on LinkedIn gave her my number, and she became a mainstay in our community online. She's just a wonderful person, and I miss her so much. And so at least after the hurricanes, God bless her, for 2 weeks. And folks, you know, I live down here in the Panhandle in Florida, and I'm on Central Time, and she and I couldn't even get on the right page and the right time when we started just getting to know each other in the radio waves. You know, we have all kind of waves out there, infrared and microwave and radio waves. So she and I met in the radio waves. And she can always remember Robert Butwin because he is a networker and he puts the dots together. And Janet Carol Lessin is a good friend of mine, and she helped keep me keeps a fire under my butt with our alien contact tour. But she's also she sees dead people like James Van Prague. But she and I both saw Michael Jackson when he died, and Michael Jackson came to see me in Hawaii to read for him while he was still alive on several things that I would love to tell you about because it's so interesting. I think this is Suzanne. Oh, my God, I'm going to have a heart attack if this is her. Everybody stand by. Oh, my God. Janet is supposed to call in and help me for the first hour. Oh, my God. 954. Is this Suzanne? Oh, my God. 954? Is that you? Hello? You dropped. Oh, no. 954. They dropped. That must not be Suzanne. Let's see. 954 area code. Location. No, that's Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay, all area codes. Well, that wasn't Suzanne. Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Coral Springs. All right, well, sorry. All right, well, you can call back in. Let's see who this is. Hi, 863, you're live and on the air. Would you like to state your name and be a part of our show today?
Hi, good evening. This is Julia from Florida.
Hi, Julia. Wonderful.
Hello there.
Are you familiar with our show, or is this your first time? Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I've called before, but it's been a little while. Well, I just kind of wanted to see, you know, if there's anything that you're picking up for me intuitively, anything.
Well, you know, I can do a reading personally.
Year.
Oh, it has been. Yeah, Suzanne that does our instant readings is she was going to do Thursdays with me, and the hurricanes got me a couple of weeks, and then I don't know if she's on the road or on vacation, or if I'm just missing her. because she's one of our wonderful readers, and she has been helping me since April. But I asked her to come on today, but I couldn't get in contact with her. So let me just do the tarot readings today, folks. And there's a 212. I will let you know, 212, I do see you. So thank you, folks. We're building our group here with ACO, Alien Contact Org, Ascension Center Org, and even our Ascension Center Ohana over in Hawaii. And I have the Ace Metaphysical Institute, and I am a psychic tarot reader. And we do events here in Florida, here in the Panhandle. So with me and Marcia, her name is Erica. We call her Magic Marcia Busher-Haney here in Gulf Breeze in Pensacola. So please keep us in mind if you come over here and enjoy our beautiful weather. Okay, let's see here. Julia, I love your name in Florida, and you like to live near the water, right?
I would love to live near the water. I live actually over closer to Disney area.
Oh, okay.
More
near
central.
Orlando?
Yeah, a little bit closer, yeah.
I thought you were going to move to St. Petersburg for some reason. Do you remember
I've been wanting to move. Yeah, I've been wanting to move. I just, finding a place that's in my budget has been a little more challenging than...
But that's been years ago. But God has a funny way of leaving some vibration of your voice or name or something. I very seldom remember people I've read, but I think you're supposed to be with our group. So I remember, but my vision was seeing you working, but you were going to work with... Eco. What I kept seeing you doing was working in... Hold on. Let me take a sip of water. Now, this is what I'm picking up before I read the cards. This is an old memory from back in the day when you did call in. Do you remember what year that was here on TJ Mars CT Radio when you called in, Julia? Was it 3 or 4 years ago?
I've called in... I'm not actually sure. I've called in at different times. It seems like it wasn't that were you off for a while and then came back or something? Because it seems like I've called like once since you've been back.
Suzanne inspired me to start again. I always had the radio show. I just wasn't doing readings. But, all right. Well, I don't know why that I was wanting to know because I'm just tuning back in, so bear with me here. All right, well, let me get your past lives going here, your soul purpose and all of that. So you came in from a family with money with 9 lives already, so you're supposed to be working on your mastery in this reality. Now, you had a marriage. This is past life, okay? And you were having interest with education and wisdom. And your wisdom card, so you need to, they're showing me Indian lore and daisies for you. So I thought that. I was going to tell you that I keep seeing you working with the environment, helping, which you may not have a green thumb, but I kept seeing you doing aquatic. And I know this sounds funny, but I'm just going to tell you because I don't know that it exists in your reality yet, but it's underwater growing plants, aquatic plants for food. And I'm not a intelligent person about planet life forms or underwater, but I know we're going there. But that, I remember, Julia, that was you in my mind. In other words, I see you doing something very uniquely different, that it was like you almost have to train yourself on the internet to find the people. But there was a guy looking for you over near St. Petersburg, and it's staying in my mind. You know how like, oh, Julia, remember, and you probably don't remember, or you don't remember it came up in your reading. But you were going to help people. It was near it was like working like, it's not a planetarium, it's a guy that does food and things underwater. But let me look at, so right now what you're looking at is looking at money, working the land, and you're going to do this for your abundance, for your spiritual soul in this reality in the now. Okay, this your spirit is calling you to do this aquatic, futuristic thing. which is way over my head. I hope you don't feel like it's over yours, but maybe you can grow into it. It's a choice. We all have choices. Now it says that you are working on finding your magic, and your higher guide is telling you you've got to create this wisdom and this reality for yourself. So they want you to do that. The cards are you asked me what I could pick up, and I hope this is Suzanne, thank God, I hope. So these, Suzanne, if that's you, I'll be right with you. I hope it is, oh my God. Okay, so what, Julia, this time, I don't know how to explain your magic, but you're going to create it yourself inside by educating yourself through the internet remotely. Find this person, and this man, he has this job, and he needs you to do it, and you're going to be able to do it if you choose to. It's in your path. It stayed in my brain, and it has to do with your own wisdom and your attunement. So let me see if this is, I hope this is Suzanne, so you can tune in. Suzanne, is that you? Please be Suzanne. No? Is it not Suzanne? 917? No. Okay, let me see what 917 is. This is so strange. Well, hold on, folks. I'll get to you. That's New York. All right, well, hold on. Well, I don't know what's going on with me and not being able to contact Suzanne. We're just going through a dry spell like everybody else. All my stuff has to have my cell phone now attached to it. My cell phone, my radio shows, my internet, Wi-Fi. Has anybody else knows that? Google, and they all want to verify that you're who you say you are. I guess other people don't have that problem. I don't know. But Julia, I really see you doing this. Have you seen the movie Avatar?
Yeah, years ago. So
I don't know if it's 10 years or something, but there's an Avatar coming out that you're going to really gravitate to. And they do something with growing plants underwater. And I don't know that you're a water sign or anything. That's why I need people that help me do readings to do the things that I can't do for myself. Let me see. Hold on. I'm still looking. There's Janet. Is this Suzanne?
No.
Hello?
This is Laura. Yeah.
Hi, Laura. Hold on.
This is Laura.
Hold on. Okay, I'm never going to find Suzanne, but here's Janet. Janet, is that you? Can you help anchor the energy so I can do some readings?
Yes,
Hello?
I'm here.
Can you
hear
good. Yeah, Suzanne. I could never get Suzanne, so I don't know if she's on vacation or working. But, Uncle Jack left for Spain, and she was really tired. And then I had that hurricane come through and knock all my stuff out again, and then she didn't know that. Somehow she kept calling me. She left me all kind of messages, and I didn't return them. So I don't know if it's she got upset with me or just miscommunication or because I didn't tell everybody.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, well, I appreciate your support.
If you're listening, call in. I'll text
you.
her while we're talking, and we love you,
okay,
Suzanne, and it's all good.
Yeah, she's really good at doing readings. Yeah, but
yes,
Julia, you've been with me, and you've called in, so you something must be working for you. But this job I'm telling you about is you've got to trust yourself. And when this movie comes out by then, I hope you'll have read up maybe on the treatment for the Cameron Avatar 2 or whatever that message is that's coming into this universe. And you're just on the cutting edge of exchange and who you are and how you're going to be able to help us. But there's a big story there. It's like a balloon passing by you've got to grab. Grab it and hold on to it. I don't know that you want to educate yourself, but that level is like a whole restructuring. And a lot of people are having to do that now from remote and doing their teaching from home. What is your specialty, Julia?
I've done just office type work in the past, so I'm not sure how I would do the aquatic farming.
I don't know. I don't know what it means. You've done tech work? Is that what you said?
Office work, clerical work, secretarial.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's needed in that part, and you can do it online, right? You have a computer?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know either, but that's what's the same thing. I remember I kept it in my database for you, and I know it sounds funny, but that is what's coming through for you. And I guess it's a new reality. You know, we're changing everything and resetting here in 2020, or rebirthing the whole universe right now, and a lot of people are up in arms over what they're going to do and how they're going to be, how they're going to do the business. Do you listen to, do you gravitate towards, I used to do Ram Dass and Wayne Dyer, but I think they're both dead now. But one of the guys carrying the energy is a little funny-looking guy named, what is his name? Oh, shoot. He's so dorky-looking, but people just love him. Eckhart Tolle. Or Tolle. Have you seen him? Eckhart?
Yeah.
How to be here
I know
now and do the meditation. Okay. Well, tune into one of his 45 minutes. I think he's finally figured out how to run his remote computer from home himself, because I saw something on him recently for about 45 minutes. But see if he's got a message for you. But I really appreciate what you do, because I'm sort of like you. And Janet does techie, don't you, Janet?
I've done clerical admin stuff all my life. I worked for many corporations. I'm retired now. I'm 66. But I'm glad I know how to do it. Then I can run my own stuff. But, I don't think any of us really gets to retire anymore. We just kind of shift. I don't have to get up and go to the office, nor have I done that for 15, 20 years. So I'm happy about that.
Well, Janet, I couldn't verbalize when Julia was on. I mean, I remember her name and her energy, but this thing, and she's over near Orlando, but I kept seeing her do this work. Now, I can sort of see the man that works like at an aquarium up around Jacksonville or Georgia, and he works with like octopuses and little things. Kids come by and look at these little animals and stuff, and I don't even know what it's called. It's like some community nonprofit thingy. But somehow Julia connected with that a long time ago, and she's just showing back up now. So, I've got people that like to get readings, but they didn't know I was going to come back today and do it during the day. I usually do it at night. Well, Janet can appreciate it, Julia. Janet, you know me well enough, and you always said I did good readings. So what I'm getting is she's got something in her that is offered to, it's these people that I know they are planning it, doing it, but it's not here yet. But it is going to be shared in that avatar where they grow food underwater. And I don't know what it's called. There must be a name for farming or growing or something. But Cameron is bringing some of our future that we're creating in this reality, making it real in this reality. Do you know what it's called? You live in Hawaii. Have you ever seen people that grow stuff like algae or food for the human race?
Like when they grow taro, they flood. When they grow taro over here in Hawaii, they flood the field. So they have wetland taro and dryland taro, just like they have rice that grows in water. So I never studied it, and I'm not an expert. Hydroponics, yeah.
Oh, she's looking it up. Okay.
Yeah, no,
God's calling her. That's what I'm getting for her, but I had it last time, but I couldn't verbalize it. I didn't know, and I still don't know how to verbalize it. All I know is that psychically it's coming through that guy Cameron that we like. The ones I get mixed up, but he's making that Avatar movie.
Greg Cameron's cousin, and it's been delayed because of COVID.
Great.
Avatar
well, that figures.
Movie, and I think it's been pushed back to 2021. The original Avatar came out in 2009. James Cameron. So James Cameron is the film producer, and Grant Cameron is the ufologist, and he's out of Canada. I guess they're both Canada.
Well, I wonder how Julia said she saw the first avatar, but this energy wanted me to tell her. But I stayed with me because I always felt weird because I kept having that connection. And I kept trying to, whatever that energy is, it's another level. Janet, you know about that, higher than the astral, the mental. Mm-hmm. It's like the spirit guides and your angels or whatever. But I don't know if her guide in this up there was talking to my guide. But all I know is Janet stayed in the Akashic field for her. So it's like I had to come back. She had to come back here and say, are you picking up anything? And then I had to go into the library and pull that memory down in my database of that book. But that memory is still there, and I'm so glad because I needed to clear it. I've been holding it since, Julia. I was trying to tell her a long time ago because she was saying she was in Florida, but I kept seeing her over near St. Petersburg or near the water. So, Julia, I know this is a long...
That's where I want to move. That's where I've been wanting to move for a while. So, yeah, it's just like I said, the timing or the finances or, finding a place in my budget and, having everything sort of come together to make the move. It just hasn't happened yet. So maybe this, maybe what you're seeing is things starting to, have movement.
Oh, yeah, we're getting ready for the future. But you have to manifest it yourself. Yeah, you have to manifest it. You have to be interested in what the cutting edge means. It's not here yet. It's like precogs. I'm a precog. And Janet helps me anchor in the energy. And most people, she sees dead people and stuff, but we all help each other anchor the energy for each other when we do readings. But I'm so glad that you finally called back and I got to tell you because that is very, very important. It's very futuristic, but you need to be on the cutting edge of that industry or looking it up or getting involved in it because that's sort of a godsend. That's like your contribution before you leave this planet, right? It's like a mission purpose. So it's up to you. It's up to your desires, and it came up with your wisdom card, and just work on that. And I really appreciate you hanging and calling. And do you come back and listen to the shows? The shows you're on?
Sometimes I just kind of hit and miss Blog Talk these days. I don't listen as much as I used to. I just kind of tune in, every once in a while to Blog Talk. I'm
so glad you tuned in today because I've been looking for you out there. So I'm so glad you stayed in my world. Well, don't forget me. Janet, we need a sign-up for a newsletter or something. Do you remember that newsletter I made?
Do you have a website for this
we need
show?
Something.
What's the show that you're
going to do? I put on...
What is
today it says TJ Mars, ET Radio Psychic. It says donations taken at American Communications Online. But the community was ACIR which is the ACIR Radio Club, which is what Suzanne is helping me with on Ace Folk Life. But I've got Janet Lessin as co-host for our ACIR Radio Club, ACR Radio. But Janet, your face, you help me with the Cosmos too. So, but we need a newsletter for all that we're doing, and we need to put it like James Van Prague has. So me and Janet, I've got a couple of newsletters that are really cool looking and paying for it. So maybe, why don't you call me, and maybe you can help us too while you're, getting yourself done. Maybe you can help us if you do clerical work, if you're up for it. But keep my phone number and give me a call, okay? And I can get you to help me do some clerical because we do books and audio books and publishing and all that, and everybody can be an independent contractor, and I can list you. But look on Indeed. People around here use Indeed for jobs, and then make sure you're on LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn, Julia?
No, I'm not on LinkedIn, but I have signed up with Indeed. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Try to get your resume on LinkedIn. That's where I got calls even from ABC Television producing and doing shows. So put yourself up on LinkedIn and remember me and Janet and come back, okay? But if you've got some time to do some clerical from home and get involved, I've got a whole bunch of associations of trying to build professionals and some real far out stuff in the future. So you haven't ever seen a UFO, have you?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I thought you were on the Suzanne's. Okay. Well, that's okay. But if you went to see Avatar, you're awakening to your reality and you're tuning in. So that's a lot right there. So we appreciate it. But Janet, write down Julia's name. And Julia, do you want to email me at TJ Morse Agency? But Julia's in Orlando, and she can do technical, clerical, and she can help me get my newsletter and stuff going. So we need to get organized and get all these people that are calling in for the psychic stuff. No. And we, Janet, Julia, she and I have the ability to meet all these people that you need to meet. So we'll have to make it so. It's sort of like you're manifesting, like out of Star Trek, that's real, but you don't know it's real, but it is real. So Janet and I have that ability to make it so on the planet.
Cool.
So cool. Just work. Yeah, you just it's not always about what you know, but who you know. That's true. So keep in touch and let us know how you're doing. And you're now part of this show today, so write it down, October 15th. Are you kidding me? Is today the 15th?
Already,
yeah. This
hard to believe.
Year is going to be.
But I was there in 15 2 days ago. Where was I 48 hours ago? I've already done this 2 days back. Oh, my God. This is such a weird time to be alive, folks. Ascension age. Well, let's get on with the show, folks. Well, thank you, Julia. But stay in touch. TJ Morse Agency, Gmail, and look at our ACIR our American Communications Online. But Janet and I are the two that can try to keep the database up and get a newsletter going, and maybe you can help us, and we'll find those people you're supposed to meet, get connected to. Be doing your studies online. And what did you call it, Julia? Quadroponics? What'd you say?
Hydroponics. Hydro for water. Hydroponics.
All right. Well, get updated on us and come back and give us a report, would you? I'd love to do an article or a video on it, if you could, if you're interested. If not, let me know what you're interested in. But that's what I got.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and you guys have a great night.
All right. Come back and keep us abreast. All right. Thank you, Janet, for helping us today. 212. Thank you. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
Hello?
Hi. Yeah, hi. Are you calling from New York?
I sure am. Calling from New York City and the Big Apple, and my name is Mary.
Hi, Mary. Have you called in before since Suzanne and I have been on, or not, in this year?
So I think this
not
is
at all.
My
first ever in this reality that you know about, huh?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being part of our show. You're live and it's recorded, and we keep these in our database to prove we have a history like time travelers. That's what time's all about. Record it and go back and look and see where you've been. So thank you. Now, you've never had a reading. Did you call in for a reading, or were you just interested in the talk show part of it?
Oh, I'm interested in a reading because I was just searching a product to sell on Amazon. It would be my first product to sell on Amazon. And so the thing is that I wanted to get it right. So I'm wondering if you could get a sense of whether this product that I was looking at is a winning product.
Okay. All right. My dog would get off the cards. Coco, would you get up? Ow! She didn't want to let me get. I'm sorry. My little, she's so cute. She's a little Shih Tzu. She's getting older now.
Oh.
She's starting to get fun. She laid down on my cards while I was talking to Julia.
Oh, really?
That's so funny. I got them, but she I need to read my cards, and she's not sitting on them. So, all right, let's see. First of all, yeah, and Janet, you help me anchor the energy, and if Janet gets a hit,
I'm anchoring.
you know what a hit. Yeah, she's like James Van Prague. She sees dead people. I loved it when that show came out with a little boy. Yeah, she helped me with James. One of my biggest client ever was Michael Jackson. He came to see me about a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I loved Michael Jackson. I still love Michael Jackson and other planes. Yeah, and I got to be him in a second life. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was extraordinary.
Yeah, and he really was a good person. I don't believe any of that stuff he did, and that was what was bothering him so bad when he came to me. But it's a long story in business. But he saw my psychic ad, I think, in the paper, but he didn't tell me. But, yeah, the men in black that helped him in security, the ones that ran me down and told me, they called me on the phone saying it was a very important phone call, it's a very important person and all that. It's a long story. But it was back before he was having all the trouble. But he really, at that time, was living over between California and Las Vegas, I believe, because he came over in 93 after having some trouble. But I got to help him through it. I'd love to tell you all the stuff that we discussed. And then one night he paid $5,000. He said, I don't really have as much money as people think I do. Yeah, because I was talking about all this money and stuff, but I didn't want any of it. But in the beginning when I did his reading, I did it blind, cold, from the limo, because they called me on the phone and wanted me to meet him in Hawaii, and I kept turning him down. But before he was leaving the island, I didn't know it was him. I didn't know who it was. I just don't. I'm one of those moody psychics. If I'm not in the mood and I don't need the money, so it wasn't about the money, but it's about my time. And they kept calling me, but it was about the time the Clintons were visiting over there during that time too. It was a really good story, but I guess you're supposed to hear it. But but I got to
it sounds
work
juicy.
with him and the world, and We Are the World, and we got to talk about some of the stuff. And Janet's even picked up, after seeing him, but We Are the World, Make the World a Better Place. So we're all doing that kind of stuff.
I still listen to that song.
I did too. Well, I did this week, Make the World a Better Place. But what happened, I didn't mean to, but the Bucharest, for some reason, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I had to watch the Bucharest show with him for 2 hours straight. And there were so many people in Bucharest. I just couldn't believe it, and how he did what he did. I had never seen one of his shows. No, that sounds funny, because I used to do the dancing in 84 when I was in Houston, and it did a lot of the same moves off of Thriller. You know how you do Beat It, that was big. So, but I was dancing, but I was a casino dancer in Houston for a place. But it was so weird that I went to my psychic realm in 85 and went to there, and then he pulled me out in 93. So I got to know him pretty well in 93 because he let me read him, but I didn't know who I was reading. It was just some guy with money in a big stretch limo with men in black calling me and then bugging me. And they ran me down. So I told them, okay. I kept telling, wouldn't take the phone call because psychics are funny, at least I am. I was a corporate CEO. I was working for the government. I was in personal information security for the Navy. Oh, yeah, I had a bunch of titles. And I had Psychic Network then. And I had Ascension Center, so I had enough on my plate. I didn't need calls, but I was I think he came over. I had put an ad in the paper, and we were doing stuff at the Hilton and Village and all that. But also, one of the guys that was in my corporation, he knew one of the guys that had him invest in one of my companies, and the boys heard about it. There's his brothers and stuff, and so they were helping at the T-shirt Gulu Watermill in California. So there's several ways he could have heard. I never asked him because I didn't have. I don't know. It didn't come up. But when they traced me, I was jogging at the top of Diamond Head because I lived in Kahala, right on the ocean, in a big mansion, not far from the Hilton. But I ran up to so I told them where I'd be, and that's where they met me. And then they just talked to me back and forth about Vegas and what they needed to do to help downtown Vegas, and told me it cost a lot. I told them, he come back with, well, that's going to take a lot of money. I'm like, well, you ask the question, I tell you the answer. So we did this back and forth, and finally, after they were pleased with what I'd said, they brought me over, and I looked in. I went, oh, He didn't have a mask on. He took it off from me. But he had like the hat, but I think the black mask was there. But it was really odd that, I went, oh. But, I still had to be on outside of the door. And I don't know if it was a germaphobe or what, but I had to be outside the limo door looking in. And but then after that was just like the start of the relationship when we started talking about the world and helping and nonprofits and all of that. It was a really good gig. And then he paid, he booked, because he'd been trying to get me, and then he had to go maybe over to one of the other honors or something. But he came back and he told me, I want you to meet me like Thursday night. And he got this club downtown and booked it. And I was like, you booked the whole restaurant just to meet me? Because I was pretty impressed, I mean, it was, I was going down the Black Orchid where they had Tom Selleck, and he and I were laughing because we both had the same bodyguards at the time. But so I was sort of into all that at that time. I was living at that level. But not as a psychic.
Wow.
The psychic thing was just the, thing that I did for fun. But it took me serious. And so it was a lot of fun.
And he was sweet.
And he was very good. He was very sweet. He was very concerned. I told him he probably needed to go on TV and clear up the stuff, that kind of stuff. And he didn't really want to, and we talked about it. That's why we talked for a long. I mean, it took a long convincing because even though, the first time was about helping Vegas and his friends there, putting the lights over the old town of Vegas and stuff. Told them what they had to do, and they didn't, have the choice, mayor and stuff like that. So they did it. I found out later. So that was cool. Anybody that ever gave them advice, they took it. It's just at a higher level. They have a lot more money than we do, or they fix things in the world, So that was really cool. Well, let me see what you're supposed to do, because you're looking at how. But he liked what he heard, believe me, because he went ahead and booked that $5,000 for one night. He said it was no big deal. They make that much in a night, and that was all. I was like, okay. But he met me again, and we met. So we stayed in contact there for a while. And then later on, I was supposed to do some stuff with him and Stan Lee. Later on, Stan Lee found me, and him and Stan Lee were doing superhero stuff. Yeah, I have all kind of stories like that through this many years. But this psychic stuff is what connects me to people, which I don't get. But it was like him. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't understand it. So, but Suzanne was getting me to come back out and do it for a living, and Janet always wanted me to because she thinks I'm good at it. But, it's entertainment, what can I say? But people do believe in it. I mean, it does help them. It gives them another alternative. Well, let me look at your cards, and then I'll pull that card for your specific question. But first, I want to tell you what I'm getting. Okay. Looks like you had a very wealthy life in the past. You worked with landowners, and this wasn't too far off. These are your past lives, by the way. So you did have a marriage. You had 2 children. And you had a young son, sort of wanted to be a prince, like he never really made it, but he was big on wisdom. So you decided to come back in, and, this was after, when was this? This was a long, long time ago. This was over in Europe, the old country. And then there was some kind of wars and things you went through. Then you traveled. This is your travel card. And then let me see what happened in the present. Let's see, in the now, your isness, you have, oh my gosh, you have major isness up.
What isness? What
isness is being here. What isness is? Okay, you're up for becoming a winner for what you're doing, but you've gone through major changes. I'd say you've gone through at least 2 jobs, and you were thinking about another, so maybe it's the Amazon thing, right, that you've got going on. But you're going through a total change, just a flip-flop. Now, your wisdom card and you being like a mystic, really good at looking at the future, but not sure you can cross the river. You can see the castle on the other side, but you're not sure you want to get your feet wet. you know it's over there, but it's like, but do I really want to? I don't know. Maybe if somebody can find some rocks I could walk over. But is that deep? Am I gonna, am I gonna sink, or is that like a sinkhole, or is it just shallow? So you're having all those things up. But the outcome for the isness in the now says you are winning, and it is about your wisdom and the change. It says the universe is telling me you're going to be good at it. So they say you're going to win. Now that's today. Now let me look at your future cards, because I do past, present, future. Now, let's see. Now, these show you're very strong, and your strength is your higher guide with money. So they're counting on you to do this, but they want you to do it for the right reasons. They've got you in your money card and your abundance, and they are showing your this time you're climbing in a mountain with the water to the right and on the left. So one's a waterfall on the left. One's now a stream coming down the rocks, but it shows that your strength is in what you're doing, that you're using your woman power, but your higher guides want you to really manifest. So they want you to manifest and say that you are going to be profitable at it. So you've got two things, and then you've got one to the side. So the one to the side that you're in question about, they're saying you're going to be good at it. They keep telling me the same thing. They're sending me a circle. They're sending me back to you. Every time I ask about that one thing, they're sending me back, major change, turn around, flip it, you go back on the circle, then you're back being the hermit again, and then you win again. I'm like, well, my gosh, they won't give me the final outcome card. Let me look over here. Hold on. I'm going to try another. There's this one deck I pulled, just one card, and then I'll let you ask a question, because today, Janet, I'm taking a lot of time. Are you okay, Janet?
Yeah, I'm just working on my website while I'm waiting for you to ask me something.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. Well, your attunement's up, but it says union and conjunct the two. Does that make any sense? They've got a morning glory, those real good ones, Easter lilies with a rose. And they're putting the lily and the rose together. Does that make sense to you?
Lily and the rose together. Well, the thing is that... I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's a union. It says conjunct. Wisdom with... You're conjuncting your union with your lily and your rose. They're blending them. It's a hybrid.
Oh.
Can you do that?
Okay. Well, all right. Well, the thing is that maybe that means a combination of two things that I'm going to be putting into action. So one is this launch of an Amazon business, and then the other is learning how to trade stocks and options. I think that the stocks and options, although right now it's really kind of the market is like all over the place, but I still think that there's a lot of potential to make money and make money faster than through Amazon. And so maybe that's what the union is about, because this is a hybrid job that I'm creating for myself. Trading and also
it says you're in
selling.
You have to be in attunement for it. So it says your wisdom is being in attunement. Then you've got to trust the process. So that's your creativity. Yeah, so use the union, and because usually when these are cryptic codes, but they're telling me the story, and so the union and the conjunct, the lily and the rose, that gets a little more clear answer for you, right? So I would do that. But you look at the rates. There's the 7 of the what we're calling. We're going into America, and you may be on that cutting edge, because in the world, for like you said, you're interested in trading, is the fact that there's 7 levels of the. We're doing chain around the world for our security globally. Everybody is at every level. The multi-zillionaires all the way down to the paupers at the lower level, like me. But at least I'm trying to stay abreast of the trade. And when you're following Wall Street versus Main Street, if I can talk to you like that. You know, Wall Street's, you know, kicking Main Street's butt, and that's what we've all been upset about. Like, you know, when, you know, I hope I don't upset anybody, but it's sort of like when Walmart came in and took over and all the little stores got kicked. But see, the big things are changing on the top level. So we only have so many key players at the top. But when it comes down to what you want to do, they will let people down at our lower levels. It's like the coins change falling down, trickle, 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 trickle down, you know, till we get some on the ends, you know, like mining gold. So we are mining gold. We're mining space minerals. And so we've got the level off in space, and, you know, the Elon Musk people, you know, Bezos and Richard, they all have their, you know, people and going into space, and they've already bought up the moon and where they're living and all that. But those of us that are going to stay on the planet, we're still going to probably want to use the chain. What do they call it? Blockchain is because of the security we're doing.
Blockchain.
Yeah, Bitcoin is the first one, and there's that one, Ethereum or something. There's 4 or 5, but there's 6 main ones that are traded. So, but that's what you want to watch, is how always be trying to keep up and do those online remote things if you're going to learn about that. Are you following the did you go to that one over in Dubai, or did you visit or do the remote one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. A lot of the people around the world that have the big companies, especially in Orlando, Disney, there's a whole bunch of people that have the biggest corporate conglomerates because they're going to the, you know, blockchain, because we're all internet cyberspace now. You know, we're all at home now.
Yeah.
So we're all using the same tools, Google, Microsoft Teams. We're all social media, Facebook, Twitter. So they've got it all locked up, and so they're trying to incorporate how we're all doing the same story, because anything we do at any level, we can't blog up the little cogs in the cognition and the cogs in the system. So, you know, we'll still have all the same reality base because it's historically correct to use archetypes, which the 22 major in the Arcana are, you know, even in the Kabbalah, we're using all our ancient tools and putting them in today's reality is all it is. So all you have to do is try to stay cutting edge, and especially with what you're doing, because mixing, you know, everybody's on Amazon. Amazon is just a tool. Everybody uses YouTube. Everybody uses Amazon. Everybody uses Google. Everybody uses Microsoft. And you can't not use it. You know, it's like back in the old day with AT&T. We didn't have that many when they were putting up, you know, it's AT&T. They made the conglomerate. They made it break up, right, because it's too big. But right now they're looking at, are they going to break up everything in the cyberspace? Because we got so big so quick. And all the countries, the big guys around the world, right now we got the Silk Road coming in. Because see, what happened is the people over in China already beat us. I was back in the day before we had the internet, and I was working with China and Singapore and all those people. So I know what you're talking about, and I know how once you get behind the 8 ball, it's very hard to catch up. Sort of like with the marijuana industry, so to speak, that we finally started talking years ago about it being real. All the Willie Nelson had I was in the Eco Expo in '93, and he was right next to me, and you know, he had hemp building, and I had cork building. I was going over to Spain and getting the tree bark and being an alternative to leather. So we get on these cutting edges, but it's been 30. Let's see, that was 89, 93. So what is it now? So we were starting that, and now the message is just getting out, sort of like eco-friendly. Back then we were fighting over plastic and paper bags. Now we're much more about fighting for, do we want to eat things with faces that have mothers versus plants, but plants are alive too. So everything is life. And so once you get to that point, you know, you have to decide. But you've already made a decision. I'm proud of you because you came with a reality that was in check. So you already manifested at least 2 things. and you're going with Amazon and this and doing your manifesting blockchain or playing the stocks, but now we've got E-Trade and everything's e-commerce now. You know that. But you've got to build your have you got your database? Have you got your people? You got your tribe?
Well, I mean, there's this online program that I'm participating in, and they do have a Facebook group, and I haven't been active at all. I have just looked at what people have written so far, about their concerns and what they need help with, but I have
globally, blockchain is in, and the federal government, I'm trying to get in on it too for my business, for my tribe, but it's really hard because our government, I'm on the waiting list, but internationally, globally, but my government, where I live in the United States, you're in New York, so you understand. In the United States, we're still having trouble with Congress voting it in for us in our country. So I think that's why they only allowed 80 people over in Dubai, and they had to all be, because of the COVID, so many feet apart. So they only allowed 80 globally to attend. I got to attend, though. I was fortunate. I had a mega rich person, because like a Michael Jackson person above the Chinese and above, what I'm saying, those people that you don't know who they are. But because I had punched the right button to get involved with the ATMs, because when I was a truck driver, I kept asking, before I kept asking for the Internet because I worked for the government and I had to help create the Internet. So they took over my Ascension, like for what we do with all my stuff, like with Michael Jackson, because they would want me to do readings online and do the 1-800 numbers and stuff, and I wouldn't do it. So, but Dionne Warwick did with this other girl. They did that, Psychic Network. But we had a big fight in California over it because we had to do the Eco Expo, and then the flame retarded for the banners and all that. But anyway, I met with them, and I told them they'd just add a word. So the clerk, we were sitting there, me and the blonde, the other lady, they had me and her. I had to fly in from Hawaii, and we were bitching back and forth about Psychic Network, Psychic Channel Network, Psychic, and she said, "Can't y'all just be friends?" I said, "Friends." She said, "Okay." And the lady said, "Psychic Friends Network, that'll work," but she didn't want to agree with it, and we weren't going to agree on anything because we were agreeing to disagree. So the clerk made the decision. She said, "That's it. You have Psychic Network." That was me because I already had it federal number, and it says, "You have Psychic Friends Network." So the clerk at the county in Orange County changed it, and that one little thing created a whole reality. And they got all the money that I didn't want with Michael Jackson. I should have done it then, but I didn't care. But I walked away from so many deals like that. So see, that's why I think you're going to do good, because you are bringing your two together. You're making a hybridization. So what you're going to do is decide how to get your little money coming in with your, Amazon set up. And have you already got your domain and your website set up?
Well, I do have a website, but the thing is that it's not live. I don't think that I need to go live at this point because I'll be selling through Amazon, and it's all about what products I pick to sell.
Oh, you're just setting up a shop, e-commerce, like a Etsy or something, but you're just doing it through Amazon, choosing what you're going to sell.
That's how I'm starting. And
yeah.
Maybe I'll expand later on, but for now it's just about choosing products that are going to have a high return on investment. And, like I spotted one that looks good, and I just wanted to see if I'm on the right track with that product, because I don't want to end up choosing a product that's going to get me in the red.
Well, do what you love and create it yourself. You're just looking for, there's billions of people out there, entrepreneurs like myself, and for years we've already been trained to do the copyrights and do the world, how to do it right. So if you're at the entrepreneurial level and you're just starting your digital business online, then, you've got your whole world ahead of you. But you've got to make sure that you do what you love, because you're going to be doing it the rest of your life. So you're going to be the sole owner? You're the owner, sole owner?
Yeah, I'm the sole owner I'm a solopreneur right now.
Solopreneur. All right. Well, those are great. I cut my teeth on those years and years ago with Psi seminars and Tony Robbins. So did Janet.
oh yeah.
Janet,
I
what
love
do you
Tony
think?
Robbins.
Yeah, Janet, what do you think of this lady? Are you learning a lot, or just getting it?
I've seen people be very successful on their Amazon. I mean, I've heard about it. Don't know anybody personally. Sounds like a great idea. I thought about it for a moment, but then life just something.
Well, you sell books, Janet.
Whatever
you and I have Amazon
on.
accounts.
Right.
You and I
I'm
sell
not sure
books.
what you're selling, but some people.
Well, she's an entrepreneur, but
it really takes off.
Well, she didn't want to give away her products yet because she's.
No, I'm
again,
not saying to give
Janet.
away products. There's some background music. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Anyway,
okay.
No, what I'm just saying is, what was I saying? I think it's a good idea. You know, we all have to reinvent ourselves. We're here in COVID. It's going round and round again. So it's time to figure out what to do. So whatever you focus on, if you give it your attention and you, if you like it, I think it's important to like what you're doing. We spend the first half of our life or whatever it is doing things that we don't necessarily like. But COVID has given us an opportunity to really focus what we like to do and then make that work. So that's what I get, that you're going to finally find something that you enjoy, and you're going to base this based on things that you like, things that you might want to buy or, you know, get behind. And then it's going to work much better than even, you know, before COVID when we were working for somebody else.
You better look at my company, American Communications Online. Look at what I do, because we help brand. I'm a brander of companies and associations, profit, nonprofit, individual LLCs, all that. I've done it for years and years as ACIR. But I only do it like Assured Confidential Investigative Reports, because not everybody wants this. Everybody has non-disclosure, so you can't talk about it. So, but see, everybody's now moved into cyberspace. Everybody is a publisher. Everybody can have their own platform. Everybody can have their free day in court, so to speak, with YouTube or BitChute for those that get knocked off. So now the whole deal is to be an original human being. You're getting tracked anyway. We're all tracked globally by our IPC code and our phone. Matter of fact, I couldn't even get my TV in my living room because I'm always on my big one in my back room for me, because I have a bad back and neck. But anyway, when I went in there, they had to have me take my phone and identify who I am from my master bedroom to my living room, because I don't ever go listen to my own TV in the living room. So this is how security works now in cyberspace. And it said it was for your own good that Google wanted to know who I was. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm in my house. This is my TV and my... You know, but they said, no, but you have to have a phone with you, because I've got 3 or 4 of them. But I took my business phone in there and, you know, give them a Google. So make sure that you understand that each one of us is in the same boat. We're all in the same canoe, paddling, you know, over the stars and Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, you're watching the stars and the moons go by, right? So we're all we're equal. Every one of us is a separate unit, but we are all in what's the collective consciousness now in cyberspace. So it's like, I want you to tune into this show. It just started, and it's called Race. What is this show? You'll see what the world's really like. It was Race Around the World or something. Amazing Race. Watch that. It was filmed before the COVID. It just came out yesterday again. It's COVID-19. They filmed it around the world. Now, why I'm telling you to watch that is the reality is, when I was an investigator traveling around the world before I met Michael Jackson, I was going around the world, meeting all these famous people and going to all these and learning about the world and how it really worked, with countries and who ran the countries and how intelligence worked, and after World War II and the French Connection and how there was France and Germany and who was who, and I learned that all this was staged. It was political, it was religious, it was educational, it was entertainment. And I watched all these different groups create these corporations and stores and names and brands, McDonald's and Macy's and Navy Federal Exchange or Navy Exchange, and how it didn't matter if it was owned by the government or if it was owned by civilians, but they separated it by countries depending on who was in charge. So basically our cultures separate us. So you are going to be part of the new United States of America because of your location. It's all location, location, location. It's what we used to say, traveling the world. But now it's all about you, and how you brand yourself, because you are now known by your IPC code. We're all identified, and it's all coming about. And your Social Security number is what they're going to use. Even if you go into, they keep up with your bank, you can't get away from it. Now, a lot of these people that you're going to be talking with, you need to know they're trying to get out of the normal banking system with the world banking, and a lot of people don't like that because they don't want to, because it's not backed by gold. And I was talking with a lot of these Bitcoin people, and all of them, the blockchain people. You say blockchain people, and then this is the currency. Everybody has to have a wallet, right? And in the wallet, then, when you go to the Philippines, you have a different name. So you've got to learn how to walk the walk and talk the talk, which is the new way we communicate. So look at my company, because I am a trainer now, American Communications Online. I help people get into the system, brand themselves, decide what they want to do. Do they want to do civil or do they want to work for the government? There's only two ways. You're either working for God or yourself. And, the government thinks you're working for yourself, but God thinks you're working for him or her. But it's either God or self, and it doesn't matter which one it is. It can be both. So what I'm trying to do is like the old thing of have a business and then have a charity, because that's highly recommended. Whether you give a tithing, a tenth, it's the old culture in every world religion or whatever, is to tithe back. And even the farmers used to leave at least a percentage for the poor people that couldn't afford to feed all their kids. They'd leave corn or whatever. And I learned that in Kentucky. So a lot of these lessons I've learned about how to survive in reality is the fact that I've experienced it. But right now you're at a very important place. So first of all, you got to get your brand. You're an entrepreneur. You own yourself. You own your name. You own your brand. Get your brand. Get your logo. Get your company. Am I going to be an entrepreneur, a LLC? Am I going to have partners? But if you're going to be a sole owner, that's fine. They keep making me be a sole owner because I've had so many corporations and enterprises and all that. But I do have Thurman Morris Associates on LinkedIn. Janet is my only associate because she's my friend. Now, Suzanne is my associate on Psychic Network. But you can be my associate if you want and learn. I have an Amazon account, but right now they're only charging me $1 a month. But anyway, I sell my books.
What are they charging you for?
I don't know. I have no clue. I guess it's for my data AWS number or something. I'll let you look at it. Janet's more administratively inclined. She does a lot of she's a detailed orient. She's the dot the I and cross the T's. I don't care. I was always the promoter. When you have people with you, there's the analyst, the promoter, the supporters, and you think about the way that everything's set up with you. And so Janet's always been helping me. I don't know what I am to Janet. I think I'm her entertainment person.
What are you? What are you? What are you? What are we? What are any of us?
I don't know. Somebody's been hanging. I've had people stop listening to us and leave me because I wasn't doing their readings. I got all tied up with New York because you're right where I love to hear people, and you're a woman, and I love to help women and get you going. But you let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I know you just called me in for a reading. But when you're making all these choices, you need to have your own brand on them. So let me give you a little clue about selling anything. If you can get them, and I learned this years and years ago, to make it for you and put your name on there, there's a lot of people that do that, and I didn't know that. I went out and made everything myself. I went out and got the sewers. I went out and got the dies for the machine to cut things, my purses, all my pieces. I had everything you can imagine: shoes, handbags, outerwear, betterwear. I had everything. Branding. I can personally sew and make anything you want on the planet. It has to do with fashion, the fashion industry, and I crossed over into the stationery industry. But I learned really, really, really quick. But what I failed to realize was everything was knocking me off in the world. And just when I'd be out putting all my brand new things with my name and my brand on it all over in all the big cities, New York, L.A., Dallas, and I went to Las Vegas and saw my stuff getting off at the airport and the stores, and it was so pretty, and it was me, and it was all my stuff, and I was like in heaven. And I go to the convention, and I see all the people sitting around to watch my people come out in my models, and they're going, I'm too sexy for my too sexy. Remember that song? Too sexy. And that song, yeah, it was so fun. But they were playing that music, and the people were coming out, and I was watching these people from in Las Vegas that flew in from all these countries, especially North Korea or South Korea maybe, I don't know, but they were with their sketch, and they were just taking everything off of the runway and knocking it off. Yeah, they had their sketch artist right there. They didn't have computers then.
Oh, right.
So
right.
they were just and so they went off and did it. So much for branding and copyrights and them made in the USA. And then this USA started shutting down all the sewing companies anyway. I was trying to go around and get them in North Carolina and Kentucky, and they'd come. I'd go there, and I'd look up a factory and go over there and show up and meet with them, and they were, I'm sorry, we're shutting down. And I'd watch 15 machines going out the back door. I'm like, are you kidding me? Just when I'm gearing up to help the world with who I am and what I can do, and you guys are shutting America down? Are you kidding me? And I finally gave up and started driving around the country and helping Microsoft and U.S. Treasury pulled big trucks around. So I pulled millions of dollars and millions of Microsoft computers around and made them pay me while I learned how they were shutting down all the industries. And I was going to all the distribution houses, so I learned how all that worked in the country. So there's a big lesson for you to learn in how it all works. But believe me, you'll never be at the top, because every time you think you're there, there's 10 jillion people doing the same thing you're doing. But the whole thing is we're in a race. So I want you to look at that amazing race before COVID and see how these people make it. And they try like 9 or 10 times to get on there, you know, and they're with their wife or their uncle or their brother. And certain people finally get chosen. And I love TV because it gives you an idea of how the world's working. And even Tony Robbins and the Sci Seminars people, in one of the levels, it was $5,000 to get in, and I had a friend of mine pay it for me. I wasn't going to do it. I didn't have the $5,000. I never had money. I always had money on paper. I was a millionaire on paper, you know. But I never took money, so out of the hand. But you right now are the perfect lady to represent a whole bunch of people out there that are listening that are just like you right now. So you are the archetype for our radio show. So you've done the world a good service because we're all equal. But yeah, we're going to we're using blockchain. We're trying to get it around the world. The other parts of the world are so far ahead of us. And it's just like China went over and said, oh, we'll build you roads. We'll put you in super trains. Now they own all the data. Like they said, oh, we'll help you with the Internet. We'll come over there and do all. So now they get all the intel, right? Over in Africa. You know what I'm saying? They come in. And it used to be they'd come in and so, oh, yeah, cut down all your trees and raise cows for us and we'll pay you, right? And then they turn around and take over the country. So everybody has gotten awake, or if they're not, they should be, that this is the game's up. We all know how it works. It's all about trade. It's all about guns and drugs and control and how you do with one country to the next. But now what they're running out of things to offer, so they're going into space, mining the minerals, and they're going to be doing Mars and traveling. So those of us on the planet have to decide what are we going to need down here to survive while everybody's up there joyriding. You know, so you've got how many years right now? But Jeff Bezos is a good man, and right now we're trying to say, why are we letting, you know, Bezos, Musk, Gates, Who else up there? You know who I'm talking about. Warren Buffett's.
Oh
world.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they're making all the money. So we just want our little pieces at the farm on the bottom. So they're going to let some of our people sew again or do something with their hands. So there's going to be a lot of people, and some of the people on Shark Tank are making the most money are the ones helping the people make it right here in America. So pay attention. But remember, we were farming out. Even me, I could farm out to China or all these sweat lodges that we didn't know were because they swore they weren't, which I didn't know because I didn't go over and see. But it was the way you did business back then, and I'm sure it hasn't changed. I know that all the people Trump know this, that, you know, if China can do it cheaper, you do 51% made in the USA. And then I went over and worked import-export in all the safe zones where you bring in the containers. And I got with Jendo Furs and all this, the containers. So they bring in all the products that you're talking about. And then with the products, something comes the drugs and the cocaine and the slaves and all the things they're trading. So what we have to be aware of is we've changed reality. We all know how the game works now. So with you be awesome and figure out your way up the food chain. And it's going to be, of course, we're going to, as far as I know now, they may do away with it all. They may come in and really tell Facebook they got to split up. They may tell, well, not, you know, probably.
Well, they're talking about breaking it down because it's too concentrated wealth in one person. So they're going to, what do they call that when they break it down? Yeah. So there are.
You can make them all break it down like AT&T did.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, what do you call it?
Oh, yeah.
They allow them to conglomerate and then they break it back down again. But another thing that I just thought was there's a group that wants to. It's like really weird. It was one of these chats that I was following, and they want China to launch World War III. And I go, what?
They want China to do what?
Getting arrested. Launch World War III. They said, bring it on. Yeah.
Oh, no, they got the Silk Road. They're too smart for that.
Anyway,
they're making too much money.
You know,
they don't have to go to war. Nobody has to do that.
No, nobody has to. But, you know, why destroy the infrastructure, right? So nobody's going to do that anymore. But there was just
we don't do that.
And there's another.
No, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican or Independent or any of that. We don't do that anymore.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about.
We're tired of killing our people. No, the women grew up. We got to vote. The women are saying no more killing our sons, because our daughters either now. But, you know, I love the military. I served my time, and I love the training, and they really made me grow up because I didn't know how to take care of myself or my kids or anything. I was starving to death. So they gave me a lot, and they trained me to do a lot, and I really appreciate them seeing my talent and making me what I am today. So I love Uncle Sam because he pays my bills. My daughter says we love Jesus because Jesus pays our bills. So it depends how you look at it, right? Everything comes from God. So that portal. Jesus pays the bills. So, you know, it's all filters and how you want to see life. But you know, we're all individuals, but we're working in the global conscious. And that's what we're promoting now with the internet and cyberspace. So we know all the big players. So now we just got to figure out who our tribes are.
What you were saying about China. I want to go back to what you were saying about China.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
35 years ago, you know, we could play victim and say, oh, the decision was made 35 years ago to send everything to China, and because it was cheaper. And then, I don't know. Now they're mad at it.
Well, we were making it in China in the 80s. I know that. Everything was made in China. But remember, made in Taiwan? Remember when you used to say made in Taiwan and it was made in China?
But after World War II, it was made in Japan, and then it shifted to Taiwan. And we've always been outsourcing our stuff, so we have the cheap stuff for the, used to be Murphy's, and then it became...
well, that's why we're big brothers.
Kmart, and then... yeah. So we're pissed off about something we intentionally did. No, it's all bullshit. That's what you got.
Well, they want us to play games and stay on the internet, make cars and play games. I've heard that from all these people out there in the world. And I used to hear that as a big CEO going to all these conferences around the world that we don't have anymore. But I'm still hearing it in the internet, going to these, remote viewing, Dubai big meetings for blockchain. So, the big companies are still trying to get on it, but there's room. Now, just make sure you get with the best people you can. It's not what you know as much as who you know. Get with a great tribe and try to get your piece. I heard all these kids are going to get rich quick someday by selling pot, and that didn't happen, because the big companies took over, right? Uh-oh. I got other people.
Maybe they could sell CBD oil.
You better go. Teresa, you better get to the next.
Yeah, I've got 2 more people.
10 minutes. Go get your next.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
All right. Well,
we appreciate you.
Thanks for being a part of our show. You added a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea. But you did. But just look at our company, American Communications Online, and then I have the Psychic
I
Network
looked it
stuff.
up, but there's different American Communications. Which one is your company?
American I'm the only one that says American Communications Online. Online. How'd that work?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, on Facebook, all you have to do, just look me up on Facebook. It's called Broadcast Publishing. You just have to, they just made that for me yesterday because they were tired of playing with me with all these jillion. I have so many social media accounts. They said, just tell people Broadcast Publishing. I went, okay, thank you, Facebook. I have Teresa Morris is on Facebook. But just make me a friend, and I'll help you any way I can. Janet, is your husband making a slush?
No. Nobody's home.
What is that? Huh.
I don't know. I don't have
it must be.
Here. I'm not even a cat. Okay,
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
get your next person. I'm going to go.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave in a few minutes. So I'll go on mute. So go ahead.
All right, 520, you're live and on the air, 234-520. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I love your energy. Lisa, Arizona. Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Lisa in Arizona. I like yours, too. What part of Arizona? Phoenix? Scottsdale?
Oh, no,
Sedona?
nothing fancy. Nothing. No. Wonderful places, Sedona especially. No, God, no. I live out in outside of Arizona, Tucson.
Oh, I love Tucson, one of my favorite places. That is so secluded when I used to come through there as a big truck driver. I just love Tucson. Beautiful. It's really different, isn't it? I had a lot of friends live in Tucson. Well, how can I help you today? I've been just gabbing away and running all my people off. They're going to be mad at me because I haven't been doing their readings. I've been gabbing with a friend of mine in Hawaii and a new girl in New York. so I better do a reading.
Well,
did you call in for a reading or did you just want to talk? This is going to be the Woman's Gab show every Thursday. So what can I do for you?
A reading
would
be
cool.
nice.
Right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, the people go, thank God she's back to doing readings. They don't want me talking about business. They want me to talk about real stuff like life in general, And, I've had my kids growing up said, Mom, these kids, this friend of mine, his dad's a senator and they love you, but would you just do the readings? I'm like, thanks, okay. They don't want my advice, just do the readings. I'm like, thanks. But they said they liked it's like Dear Abby, they loved hearing I guess it's just the connection to other people, or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
all right, let's look at you. So are you a first-timer? I had a first-timer today. I think that's probably why I spent so much time with her. Is this your first time with me?
I think I called you a while back, and you were at night. You were late into the night.
Yeah, I'm usually at night. This is only the second one I've done in the day. Well, let's see. Did I do a reading or did Suzanne? Suzanne came in April this year. And got me inspired again. Janet's. It was me?
I think it was. And you had a guest. You had a guest on the air. And she did a reading, too. That
was probably Suzanne. Okay. Well, I'm looking at your past lives. Did we go into them before? I'm really helping Soul Purpose right now. Did we do your lives?
No, are you doing like can I pose a question?
Oh yeah, but can I do your reading first?
Oh sure.
Can I do
you?
you?
Sure,
Can I do you and then you? All right, you can pose your question. Go ahead and ask your question, then I'll show what you got.
Okay. Well, so I work, and I'm wanting to ask you. Do you see money coming in from now to the end of the year? I do work.
Okay.
I'm an independent contractor.
Oh, cool. I get a lot of those. A lot of women. They love psychics and a whole bunch of people. It's like higher intelligence, or it's like you need all the help you can get. So, especially from the universe. Like, what is the, okay, I know what I want and what the stars are telling me, but what's the real deal here? I want to talk to the universe. Give me a line, all right? Yeah, I'm sort of one of those ET spirit direct line kind of things. So, all right. So is there going to be money? Your money card is up. You've already had money, so I don't know why you want money again in this life, but that's okay. And you've already had your family. This is all what you came in with. You didn't want me to hear that, though. And in the now, oh, my God, girl, what are you doing? You've got so many things on your, what is this with you in heaven and seven? You're working to death. So whatever you're doing right now, I need you to stop and think, because you've got a complete death card up with sevens. And the seven heaven, we're going to say, but you're doing way too many things, okay? And so you got to stop and smell the roses. So when's the last time you paid anybody something for tithing? Do you know, to get the energy going? You know what I'm saying?
I'm a big time. Yeah, I'm a big time giver. I'm hugely
oh my
a giver.
God.
I am.
Well, that's what they're telling me. It's right next to your death card. They're showing me money going into the church. And so you're a big time giver. All right, well, that's okay. So that they're big on that with you. They like that. I don't know why they put that with your change and your death, but let's see what they got going on. Okay, now that was in the present. So that was, let me look at your, oh, wow. Yeah, you've got mystical money. Oh, really? Yeah, your money card's up. Right now, you're asking for a direct question on a time. Now, your temperance card up is saying all things in moderation. So your guides are looking at pouring your cup full of abundance. But apparently, now, do you have this older couple? Is it your mother and father, or a man and woman, even though you're a contractor, right? There's a high level of interest in money and of an older man and woman. And it has to do with your temperance. So you're real intelligent. And what they're showing me is like when you think of your higher guide, like when you're working with your higher self and you go to sleep and you talk in your dreams, and then you go into lucid dreaming, and then somebody will come see you and talk to you, or you're like, wow, did I just experience that? There's somebody that wants to help you is a stronger man and woman watching what you're doing. It's like a mother and father figure they're showing me, because it has to do with your money. But it doesn't say like an inheritance. But it's a man and woman of high structure, intelligent, that has to do with money. But your higher guide temperance is coming up. Let me pull. Now, if you're asking a direct question, let me see if I'm thinking just like you said. How's money look? But you want it for by the end of the year, October to the end of the year, because most people are waiting till after March. They were trying to say October, but they put that third wave of the COVID, because historically in plagues we have 3 waves. So we had mistakenly, the Mystics, Oracle, Psychic, Seers told everybody by October 1st. But, yeah, we all are opening it up and going back to work. But, yeah, there's still a third phase. But, yeah, it says now it says 4, so not till January is what I'm seeing. But your money is being sort of like being put in a savings account for you. But I think you need to find this older man and woman. Is it because you're a contractor that they need something? Is it another contract? You want me to, let me look at this other thing. I'm trying to figure out counting down for October through January for you as a contractor. Let me ask this other dick over here. Okay, you need to know about financial structure. Let me see. Potential. So there's your seed money's been playing it. So you have good potential, but what you're looking at is redemption. I wonder what attunement. So the potential is there, but they won't give me a yes or no. So what is that about? Are you aligning with your higher self and your higher guide? You've got it all done. You're expecting money. You have seed money out there. Or are they telling us to align?
I'm constantly working, so I don't know. There was an older woman who was interested in one of the things that I sell, and she came back 3 times, and I don't know if that's going to happen. And she did bring someone else with her at one point.
Well, what you need to do is a follow-up, don't you think? Because this energy is really telling us. You've done a follow-up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and you've got seed. The potential's there. And, because we're asking a direct question, but we're not getting a yes, no. I didn't ask. Now, we can do that, but I don't want to. Because I don't want, this is the law of probability, which I play with. But I can look at what they're telling us, and the potential in your seed money is there. And so this older man and woman is very interested in what you're doing right now with who you are and what you're doing. So keep doing what you're doing. The potential and the attunement with your higher self for your vision, because we're all manifestors. We're all equal right now, so you're manifesting. We're all manifesting, and we all need, the universe, let me put it this way. I'm just telling you, the basic rule is there's enough for everybody. God doesn't make no trash, okay? God at the highest levels, some say the 12th, the 14th, whatever, beta, alpha, theta, delta, gamma, sigma. I've gone 6 levels all the way up to the 7th. And I haven't got to cross over there, but I've gone as far as expansion and working in omniverse levels and working with higher, levels. And there's always enough for everybody at every level, in every dimension, in every parallel world. It's all up to the individual unit to manifest for their soul. So your soul is all about growth, and your soul's purpose and mission is to get from here to there, A to B. We're all life coaches. We're training our soul to get from here to there and wherever we want to be. And then wherever you get is where you'll feel best and comfortable at home. But right now, with you being a manifester, these people right now that come to me today, trust me, October 15th, this was a magical day. This is a very magical time. So, with what you're doing, I would say that the chances are very good that the money will be in. But they're telling me January for you. So, mostly what we look at is quarters, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. But see, what happened is COVID-19 put the world on its butt and said, okay, we've got to have time to clear the air. We've got to do this in order to keep the planet, safe. So we've got to stop everything. Yeah. So that was all about the air we breathe, the water we drink. Let's get the basics. And so we've pretty much done that. Now we've got to decide who wants to play with Mother Earth. She's even breathing different, universally. So as long as you're going to play on the good side of, helping God, so to speak, there's service to self and service to others, we say in the metaphysical world. But one's not right or wrong. It just is. So choose and then go ahead and go that way. I play both sides of the fence. I play 50% charity and 50% for myself, for my own business. When you go play a game and are you playing, I'll give 80%, 20 to charity or whatever. So just figure it out, make sure you write it down. But you definitely have the potential for the money. And I would say that there'll be enough. But honestly, from what I'm pulling, they show that woman and man that was very interested in what you're doing, and then the potential card for your seeding your seed money, and you're always working at it. And then look up my company, AmericanCommunicationsOnline.com, and let me know how I can help you. Just get back in touch. because not everybody needs a psychic, but I like doing the psychic work.
Thank you so much.
Well, I don't know if I did any help. I don't know that you got your answer about October through December, because I don't know. The potential's there for the money, but I can't just tell you yes or no, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm not willing to do that. You know, where you pull, you know what I'm talking about, when you pull the tarot cards, it's yes or no, up or down, yes or no, give me yes or no. I won't do that. I don't know why. I'm just telling you that. So apparently your whole thing is to manifest and keep manifesting, and you've got your seed money out there. So I'm telling you exactly what you need to hear now from the universe, that they're working with you. But work with that higher potential. And would you do me a favor? Would you try to concentrate on some flowers? Get yourself, what colors do you like? Are you into yellow or pink? What's your color?
I do. Different colors. You know, I don't stick with one or the other. You know, I'm really open.
Well, do your visual stuff, because, you know, you're wanting to know about money and stuff, but you've got to manifest life and abundance and, you know, balance and fruition all at the same time, beauty and love, wisdom, trust, everything. So we're all manifesting. We're all individual units, but we're all working now with the global conscious, and now we all have a voice together on the Internet. So we're all meeting each other and learning what each other's doing, you know, with all the big guys on the top. So Amazon, you know, doing our domains, making our brands, working together, selling products, or they're selling products or services, and it's all going to be made in the USA if you live in the USA. So make sure you're doing what you love. So you're a contractor and you love what you're doing, but have you concentrated on yourself to get you some love with some color and some flowers lately?
Oh, I'm always meditating and bringing in colors, and, you know, I love Mother Nature. So, but I can, you know, do a lot more of that. Focus on that.
Well, go find you a day. What did you used to pick when you were a kid? Were they buttercups, or were they those little yellow flowers with? Do you remember picking flower when you were a little girl? You never picked a flower?
Probably anything I came across. Yeah.
You really can't decide on a color. You just won't do that with the universe. You're not even going to let them know what flower. That's funny. Well, I guess just focus and help concentrate daily. So you're creating every day, right? Create every day, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're on that.
Oh, I go into math. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not meditation. I mean, of course you do like 30 minutes every day, right? Do your ohms, namaste, your illumination. But are you creating every day? You're creating something new every day, right?
Like physically going out there and doing something?
Well, are you doing it on the Internet? Are you? I mean, are you one of those? Aren't you working at home?
I work all over the place. I work at home.
Oh my God!
In the field.
Really? Wow, I didn't even see that. That's amazing. Well, no wonder you're asking. Well, if you're in and out, if you've got that much energy, girl, you go for it. No wonder you've got, you know, seeds planted and potential. Wow. Well, good for you. Well, you stay in touch with me and come back, because I want to know. Come back and let me know you made some money. You're very fertile, okay, and your seeds, you were really good. But create every day, okay? You going to remember who I am?
I will. Thank you.
Well, my name's Teresa, and I'm on TJ Morris ET Radio. And I want you to come back and listen to this show, because this is a really interesting day. It seems to be about power women that really want to know exactly what it is that's happening. But believe it or not, we're all manifestors, and they all already know. But you've got the seeds planted. All you have to remember, you know, there's enough for everybody. God has there's enough for everybody. Abundant wealth, everything, everybody. You just have to go pick it. And it's not time for you to smell the roses, but it is time for you to enjoy the colors. And I guess you better manifest some money. So maybe you better put some green around you. I don't know. But do all those things, do all those good things. But come back and see me, okay? And we'll talk again. I've been a real gabby during the day lately. Some people, you're calling me at night. They like to call for me. And I usually don't talk this long. But let me know how you did on the money thing. Okay, so October, November, well, this is halfway gone now. So you got November coming up. November and December is all you got. And they were giving us a 4, remember, which I would think was months.
Okay.
So, yeah. But in the meantime, make it work. Spread it out till the 4th month so all the checks start coming in. But let me know.
Okay.
Call me back.
I will.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good.
Hi,
Bye-bye.
216. Thanks for hanging in there. Can you hear me?
Oh, my God. Hello. How are you? My name is Sharon. My allergies are so bad right now.
Oh, how come? Is it just that stuff in the air?
Well, yeah, just the weather. That's all. The month of October is the worst for me every year.
Okay. Well, are you one of our regulars? Are you? Is this your first time, or you found me during the day, or?
It's my first time I think calling
Oh
in.
my God! It's been a special day of women, powerhouse women. So you work, I guess. You work for yourself.
I do. Yeah, I work. I love my job. That was my question. I just want you to give me a general reading, what you see coming up for me from like now to the end of the year. Anything you pick up, you can drive the car.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Well, this has been I can't believe, and Suzanne's not here. The world was telling me you can do this by yourself. I'm like, I don't want to. I was like, don't do it. But Suzanne, but I didn't do it at the early time, and I didn't get Suzanne, so I don't know what's up. She's not in the hospital or nothing. I can't get a good read on her. Bless her heart. But I miss her, so hopefully she'll be back with me. So let's see what we got going on here. I'm just going to give you a general read here. I didn't think about that. This is middle of October, but I knew today was really special because I was having to work to do readings for people today when I really didn't want to, but I have to show up. It's my job. This is, what I do. So I'm like, oh, my God, I've got to do this. Okay. And I knew whoever showed up because it's not advertised and it's sort of spur of the moment. So it'd either be my regulars, which apparently I haven't had maybe one called in a long time ago. But it's okay. I kept her news in my head. Let's see what the universe has for you. So I'm going to do what I do is the base tarot. I'm an old soul, but many carnations. But you've had a lot of past energy. This is so strange how this happens. Wow, this isn't your first rodeo. So apparently you've had a lot of struggle. You've been able to be a woman of good upbringings in your past lineage, but you struggled a lot financially, but you always kept your head above everybody, the cornfields, and you wore nice clothes. And your past, you worked really hard, but you were always striving for wisdom, but you never seemed to get it right. Oh, my God, this is weird, these women. I'm actually shocked at the cards coming up because they're all exactly the same. All these women today are like in the same soul group. It's absolutely amazing. Now, for right now, the is of you, the present, your abundance is up. I'm looking at it right now. It's up, but you have somebody thinking. You've got a 4 too. Why are we getting these 4s? So right now it's telling me 4, which I go with months, not days. So by January, but you're the second one. But ask about like now, and it's like, well, you've planted the money, but your whole year, next 10 months, you've got 2, but it says for money's going to be every month thereafter for 10. But you've got to listen to your higher self, your higher guide. She is very much wanting to help you with your abundance. And so you've got to do your higher guide work, your manifestation, and whatever you've got to do to get your head real clear. I haven't got your future yet. So I love doing the precog stuff, but this is the past.
In the future,
but
my finances are okay. As you're saying the present, my finances are okay.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
So what you're saying
right
is
now,
in the present right
yeah,
now.
you're fine.
You can,
oh yeah,
by finding,
you're all lined up, but they're lining you up for the 10 months. But they want you to be projected that 4, which I take as 4 months. But you've got 10 months that are going to be straight in. They're saying 4, but right now they're giving you 10 months straight. But they want you to count on that 4. And I think that's funny because it could be because of COVID-19 as I'm getting 4. Because if we start October 15th, because just let's say in our reality we're counting time because money. So we got November 15th, December 15th, would that be right? November is 1 month, 15th, December 15th, January 15th. Shoot, that's going to be April 15th. That's when tax money comes out. Ha! That's funny, at least in America. So when everybody gets their tax money, the whole world's back in gear again. But they're saying you're okay, the 10 months, because you've got that higher guide that wants you to pay attention to your love and abundance. So they're going to play with you. But let me look at your future. I haven't done that yet, but let me look. Because the way they do me and the way they have a set, my guides, who I touch in my AT spirit guides, they have me a set way. They've trained me, and I've tried to get away from it, and they just refuse to let me cooperate. They don't like me to change. They're sort of almost, some of them are progressive, but this future thing is all about being real. Let's see. Okay. Oh, you're carrying a load for your, oh my God. You've got major change coming up. Are you carrying a load for your family? It's a spiritual load. It shows.
I think you always carry a load. There's always a load.
I'm sorry. Well, it's showing that something's going to come to abrupt halt. Something's coming to an abrupt halt in your future, and it has to do with change and wisdom. And you're not going to see, but you need to check out your higher guide. Let me check over here. Okay. Let me see. You're okay, but your money looks okay, but for sure, and I guess the 4, I might as well just tell everybody like a general that everything by April 15th, because the money's going to be coming out, the tax refunds and all that. But we got a long time. It's a long dry spell through October, but we have our 3rd wave of the COVID. Now, what I'm getting for you, let me see, this is a whole different way of looking at the reality. It's a little more general. Some people don't like general, but I like to look and see what it tells me. For you, it's creation, change. You're on a circle right now for change. Do you have a cat?
No. I'm allergic to him, but I have a dog.
No, this is a... Do you have... I didn't ever want a cat. But no, this is telling me something that has to do with communication. And I don't know what that would be. Oh, yeah, I do. It's you changing into your power animal. Did you see that Michael Jackson thing where he changes into a black panther or cougar or something? It's that message. I don't know why I get that. Huh?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't.
Oh, okay. That's in, well, it shows a picture of him at that Michael Jackson Bucharest thing. That may just be on my mind, but why are they showing me that? I don't know why they were showing me that for you, your power animal. But I guess that's something they want you to do, is illumination. All right. Well, they're being really high, what do they call that? Vague for you. Do you like dragonflies?
I've never thought about that. I could maybe. I've never
really
thought about it.
Well, they've got your sacred datura, so they're showing me you need to do some more illumination with your manifestation. But look at the dragonfly as a memory of sacred datura for you. So you need to think about your higher self and what you're doing because we're all into the manifest mode now. We all have to be individual units, but we're all plugged in the same, critical mass consciousness out there. So we're all doing joint consciousness in cyberspace with the internet. So, just plug in, make sure that you've got yourself all where you need to, be in this human race with us out here on the internet. And you're a good, powerful woman, or you wouldn't call today. Very, very powerful. So just believe in yourself and do what you can to stay plugged into your spirituality and be about beauty and love. And you've got the wisdom on your side. So are you not paying attention? Are you not trusting yourself or something? What's going on there? Because this is telling me that you have to be a little more creative. Does that mean something to you?
I'm not sure.
That,
I don't know. I've never really. I'm creative in some ways, but I'm more analytical.
Oh, I'm a left brain logical, so it's really hard being a Capricorn psychic. Trust me. Thank God for my Aquarius rising. Oh my God! But yeah, so it's hard for me to interpret for a lot of people because they're so left brain logical. They want cut dry, hand me this, manifest this right now. And I'm like, why are they being so, woo-woo? But they're telling me to trust your wisdom, that you need to be creative, that you've got a lot of beauty, love, your strength, you're a powerful woman, and just trust your higher guide. So you need to talk to your higher self, start working on your spirituality and all of that, and come back and see me, okay? I'll be right here. I've been doing this for years and years and eons. But you're looking good.
It was a wonderful reading. Thank you.
Well, I hope you come back and listen. Sometimes they mean something more later. Yeah, we appreciate you being a part of us. Thank you for being a part of our show. All right, folks, I know I'm spending way too much time. Let me see who. 951, can you hear me?
Hello.
Did you want to? Hi.
Hi. Hey, it's Nathaniel.
What's your name and where are you calling? Oh, you're Nathaniel?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay, you want a reading? I'm doing good, Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my brother's name is Nathaniel. And let's see, can I just do you a general reading since you're a reader and you help so many people? You want me just to give you the... Okay, I'm going to give you a basic past life present because you help so many people. Okay, now in the past life, you've been a Hierophant, so you know that's going on, and you've been with the church, and you've been married at least 3 times in your past lives, and you enjoyed that type of life and being married and all that. But this time you came in as a hermit. You knew that you were a Hierophant. You knew that you were a teacher. So I know you're a teacher, of course, and you help everybody, and you read good, and you give good numbers. Your money card's up in the isness. That's good. You're working really hard. So your 7 of Wands and Wisdom's up. So you're doing good, and they recognize what you're doing. Now, with your 7 and abundance up, you can do anything. Your manifestation looks good for you. I think it's because you're such a giving person. You help so many people without asking in return that it's working out really, really good for you. So your cards look really good. Let me look in the future, if you don't mind. I haven't done your future cards. Let me look. Let's see. Oh, your higher guide, no wonder, because you've been such a Hierophant in the past and had good lives and were good marriage. You've got all these guides. So you're an old soul. So you're here to help other people, and that's why you offer, numerology and helping people get to the other side. So you are working even here in this level of reality, a 3D, to help people get to the other side. So you are the man that they get in your boat, they listen to your wisdom, and you take them over to the other side. So you remember that we're all watching and the universe is supporting you. You have very, very high spiritual guides, and they love what you're doing. You're excellent at it. And is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just, I'm maybe looking in to come into some money, but I wasn't really thinking of that. And then I'm looking maybe for a girlfriend or a place to live. I got a new job, and it seems to be working out okay. I'm just.
Well, are you trusting your higher guides? Because you're. Believe me, you've done everything already. This isn't your first rodeo. You've already done all this. So if you think that this is all the stuff you just said, all that's old hat to you. You've already done all that so much. You know what I'm saying? Past lives.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
you know how to do all that. So it sort of gets boring. So that's why you're all about helping other people and helping them get to the other side. But let me look for you, okay? And you can always come back and be in my little spiritual group. Oh, you're about illumination. Okay, so you want to help everybody. So the way you're going to meet a woman is through your own sacrifice. You have an inner hearing. So your gift to our spiritual community, our association, in the internet, in our critical mass consciousness, is that you have the ability, your power, your superpower is you have an innate inner hearing. Do you need to write that down, or can you remember it?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Well, that's your gift to all women. Women love to be heard. That's your gift to women. So you can get a woman anytime you want to. Go sit at any Starbucks and just sit and stare. And a woman will come up to you and listen. All right? So are you near a Starbucks? Because why did I say that? What is that to you? Have you ever been in a Starbucks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Huh. When's the last time you went?
Not much. I usually don't go out to coffee shops, but maybe I'll stop by. But I could meet one somewhere.
Well, you said woman. Yeah, you said woman. So apparently they think a woman's going to come up. So I guess you're just going to have to go sit and be by yourself and wait for a woman and just ask her to sit down. And your power, your superpower is you have inner hearing. Will you come back and work with me? Because I could use a listener. I'm serious.
All right. Yeah, all right.
Now, wait, your name's Nathaniel, right?
Right.
That was my brother's name. He's passed on. My great-great-grandfather's name was Nathaniel, and my dad's name was Nathaniel, and my brother's name was Nathaniel. And my adopted son next door, because he has my granddaughter is half black and Indian, and he's Nathaniel. So, well, welcome aboard, Nathaniel. You haven't come to me before in this reality, 3D? You don't remember a beautiful woman?
I don't know if
I'm a beautiful woman. I'm very curvy. I have long white hair.
I don't know if I've seen you on Blog before, but...
Well, look me up. I'm at Blog Talk? Oh, that's where I'm supposed to be. Oh, okay, I forgot I was doing a show. Oh, sorry, folks. I was trying to get a date. No, Nathaniel, seriously, I'm very old. I'm a very, very old soul. I've been around the world a few times. I've been around the planet. I've orbed more times than you can imagine, but I love metaphysics. Will you come play metaphysics with me in the spiritual metaphysical world I'm setting up? Okay? On Facebook, it's called Broadcast Publishing. But Nathaniel, you're one of our older souls that's been here so much everything's become boring to you. So what you need to do is start put on your. Did you see Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Do you remember Dumbledore, the guy that ran the place?
Yeah.
Well, that's you, dear.
Okay.
And what you need to do is be the good listener, because you've already done it all. You're not here to go out and ride the rides. You're here to listen and let everybody tell you about their story, okay? So you can get all the women you want. You just realize your superpower is your inner hearing. You remember the Force? May the Force be with you.
Yeah.
You know Obi-Wan Kenobi? There are no drones here. There are no magicians here. You know how to do all that. You have the Obi-Wan Kenobi superpower. That inner hearing is like ESP. You study that?
Yeah. Well, it's almost like almost like the movie Octagon with Chuck Norris. I don't know if that was an old movie, but I guess he died of COVID. But he died recently. In the old movie, he would have this voice that says, "They're going to blah, blah, blah," or something in the movie, and it was like his inner voice saying something,
Well, you think about that.
Yeah.
Well, Nathaniel, you call me. I'm broadcast publishing on Facebook, American Communication Online, and on Facebook it says at Broadcast Publishing. You can remember that. Broadcast Publishing.
Okay.
And I'm
well,
TJ. I'm a mystic. I'm a mystic, an oracle, a psychic, a sage, a seer, a precog, and I set up Dumbledore schools all over the world.
I'm trying to
so you can
plug into your. I'm trying to plug into your show. Does it have all that here?
Yeah, TJ Morris ET Radio.
Okay.
Well, I'm Teresa. In this reality, I hate that name. So saintly. But you're part of my soul group, Nathaniel. I know who you are. You can't run from me.
What do you think of something like Mariana? Do you like Mariana instead of Teresa?
Yeah, I like that. It's pretty.
Why don't you just switch it over to Mariana now?
I like that. Well, I've got so many that call me. There's tons of them out there.
There's 81 different name cords that you could have. There's 81 different name cords. And each name cord...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I know...
You know name cords?
Yeah, so it's, it's called 101...
520, hold on just a minute.
But
what is it?
Carolyn Mace... it's...
oh, my God, you know Carolyn Mace?
No, it's actually not Carolyn Mace, but I know Carolyn Mace, but it's... Mary, the person who wrote the book was named
I don't know
Mary
any
Ann.
of those people. I have been unplugged.
Well,
oh, my God, but Carolyn Mace is Suzanne's person. Suzanne that's supposed to be here. This is her show.
He's been around. But Mariana Carol Korowitz, it was longer, but she switched it to make it shorter. But if you look up Mariana Korowitz and Name Power 101, you could find that, but she only sells the book personally. She doesn't have it in a store.
Can you type? I know you're a listener, but can you type?
Not really, not that good. Why do you ask?
On your phone, can you put down TJ Morse Agency at Gmail? That's easier for some people.
Okay, let me go to my phone.
Because I've got one other person I want to read.
What's the email now?
TJ Teresa Jeanette Morris, Morris. That was my married name, but I'm keeping it because my name's Thurmond.
Teresa.
Yeah, I'm Teresa Jeanette Thurmond Morris.
I'm not. Teresa's T-E or T-R, right?
No, neither. But it's T-H. It's the Greek goddess. You put down T and J and M-O-R-R-I-S.
M-O-R-R-I-S.
I-S. Agency. A-G-E-N-C-Y @gmail.com. And I'd like to be your reality in 3D, but we have strictly, what do they call that, cyberspace connection. But I know who you are, so it's hard to run. I see you. You know the avatar. I see you.
That said it was an invalid email address, so maybe look me up on Facebook, Nathaniel Sinclair or something.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me look you up on Facebook. Hold on, 520. 520, what's your name? You're here with TJ and Nathaniel. Teresa. Are you there?
I am. I put it on mute because I knew you had opened up my mic, and I talked to you already. I already talked to you, and I didn't want to interrupt your on-air discussion. So thank you.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. You're the one that's, listen, you are a powerful woman, so you need to realize, and I hope you stay with me. So tjmarsagency@gmail is not a good address? Well, go ahead. I'll cheat. Let me give you director at UFO Associates. Oh, wait, no, it's, wait a minute. Never mind. Director at UAP.Associates. See if you can plug that. So they made my agency Gmail not good anymore? I wish they'd stop that.
I don't
Somebody
know
out there.
I pressed it in and typed it in, so
That's okay. It's okay. They're changing me in this reality. As of the last 48 hours, I have to. Some guy with my same name is because all the Thurmans are related. Strom Thurmond and Thurber and over in Europe, and we're all under Thor's protection and Asgard and flying around out there, and gods and demigods and being those and. So they want me to be Teresa Jeanette Thurman Morris. So I'm spelling it out because they want me to be individual because I have all these psychic powers, and I'm doing all this wonderful change in reality today, October 15th. So, and I've invoked all these powerful people, including Nathaniel. Nathaniel, there's a bunch of Nathaniel Sinclairs. And I don't usually do this. This is the first time I'm picking up somebody. But not sexually, folks. It's
is spelled Nathaniel.
Okay.
So type in the one that says AL instead of EL.
Okay. But how come you know all this stuff about maze and this power cord?
I'm born the day of ironic insight, so I studied each day of the year. So Jimi Hendrix was born the day of electrifying excitement.
Well, Nathaniel there's two Nathaniel Sinclairs, right? Are you holding a guitar?
That's me.
Oh, okay. It says to connect, sign up for Facebook. Are you kidding me? What are they doing? I don't understand. What is about the reality today? I've got 10 jillion Facebooks out there. Nathaniel Sinclair. Now you're a musician and you have this wonderful in tune hearing, and your power. All right, and you're not a bad looking man. I think you're much younger than me. Let me see, Nathaniel. That's getting all this attention today. Where'd you go? They want me to check in to talk to you. Why? I've got 20 or so Facebooks, and all right, Nathaniel Sinclair. Now it's on my Google page. It shows up. The other one is not too good. It's got women photos. Now it shows. I won't let me in right now, but I guess because I'm being a famous broadcast publisher businesswoman right now. But what is this food? Welcome to Nathaniel's house. Is that your home? Surely not.
That's my old house.
That whole place is yours?
I don't live there anymore. I don't live there.
Well, surely that whole place, like you had an apartment or a room there? People like you don't live in big, huge, gigantic mansions like that. I mean, we give them up because we're more spiritual.
It was only 1,000-foot square house. It was all long. It looked like a big boat.
Oh, really? Well, it's deceiving, isn't it?
It was. See, that's the living room, and then that's the back room as you see it, and it was kind of long and skinny.
Huh. Well, I tell you, Nathaniel, you got really upset with me one time because I didn't do right. I made you upset. I didn't share enough time with you. You don't remember, do you?
I don't know. Really so.
Well, you're a musician. You need time.
Yeah.
And you're going to help me with all these chords because we're working on the vibrations, right? And how music works and the different levels. And you're very good. You're very good at listening. But now what kind of music do you play? Rock, folk, country?
Yeah, Oh yeah, I like soft rock probably better, but I play all kinds of rock and all kinds of stuff.
Well, acoustic or electric guitar?
Both. I play bass and drums too.
Oh, great! Wow. What year were you born?
57.
Yeah, you're younger. My husband was born in 59. Nathaniel. So, how are you doing on your health?
I'm working out my health. I'm trying to stay healthier, I'm trying to,
So, are you vegan?
I'm trying to watch what I eat. I'm not vegan, but I'd probably rather eat some fish and stuff. And
yeah, fish,
to
chicken.
Eat that stuff. Sometimes I eat, snacks and stuff, but I go,
I know what you're saying. No, me too. I'm really, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't drug. I try to keep a very clean vessel, but it's really hard because, I remember all the lives I've had that we ate really, really good, and I've had wonderful people that would cook wonderful meals, and even in this reality. And my husband always cooked for me. He was the cook, and I tried to cook last night, and I burnt everything. I can't remember. I just can't remember that I'm a cook because I very seldom cook. So
when is your birthday?
12/26/51, day after Christmas. But people think I'm a 57 baby, but I have no. I don't know why they think I was born in 57. I've never figured that out. They're always thinking I'm 57. No, I was 51. And my husband was born 1959, but he passed 5/16. He was a very, very old soul, very extraterrestrial, and he came back to die here, and I helped him. But he worked for President Reagan. He was a great spy. He worked for the CIA. He was really, really good. He enjoyed his work around the world.
Since you're the year of the rabbit and he's the year of the boar, you get along really well.
He was born May 16th, yeah.
He's born the day of outrageous flair. He's born the day of outrageous flair, like Liberace.
Well, no, he was very straight, very independent. He was very red, white, and blue veteran. This color, these colors don't bleed. Very straight. He did smoke, but he didn't drink. He didn't cuss. He was the son of a preacher man. You ought to get my book, A Paranormal History Guide, and tell me what you think. I don't ever tell somebody to buy my book. You're the first one. Buy my book, Paranormal History Guide. Let me see where it's at. It's on Lulu, I think. But I got to figure a way to get you. I don't know that. So you've got all this stuff going on for you, and you don't even remember me, but that's okay. It's okay. You're not supposed to, I guess. So, but Carolyn Mays, and you're a musician, and I used to hire musicians to be on my records because I was a songwriter and was IBMA producer, International Bluegrass and Country Music Association. So, you got to write me a song?
Why not?
E flat. And everybody that does bluegrass wants D. And the guys in Beaver Dam, Kentucky got upset. I put out my first CD with Bluegrass Train to Come, and I wrote for another radio show, actually. It was, some men that asked me to be on their radio show, and then they asked me if I'd write them a song so they could use my music, so I'd give it to them. Then it wound up some other guys wanted it, and then they put it on a train CD of all the train stories. Bluegrass Train a-Comin'. How about that? Yeah. I'm going to play it for you. When Nathaniel, you come back and see me, okay? You know where I'm at now. Love and light, dear.
Okay,
Bluegrass trains are coming. I say the bluegrass trains are coming from